In 2015, the Dragon Ball Z movie Resurrection F was released, a film I have yet to review despite my crusade throughout the old Dragon Ball films. And while it's a fun movie, it's also very forgettable. Sure, you got a Goku and Frieza rematch and a whole lot of fighting, but it doesn't make the same impact that Battle of Gods did due to a messy story structure, inconsequential character arcs, and the prioritization of style over substance. And nothing highlights all of these problems better than the Super Saiyan Blue transformation. Despite looking cool, it doesn't have the same impact as any of the other Super Saiyan transformations. Not only that, but it fails to keep its own legacy while killing off the rest of the past transformations. And today, I'll explain why. If you enjoy videos about movies, TV shows, anime, video games, or manga, and if you enjoy video essays or more casual reviews, then I recommend you subscribe to the channel and get us to 200 subscribers by the end of the month. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the video. So Super Saiyan Blue is supposed to be the combination of Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God. But while Super Saiyan is powered and achieved by rage, pain, and loss, Super Saiyan Blue was originally quite the opposite. It was supposed to be achieved and maintained through tranquility, keeping yourself calm for this new level of power. And I actually really like this concept. It's very unique compared to the other transformations. This concept also complements the blue color, which is usually associated with feelings of calmness and tranquility, like still water or the sky. It's the color that symbolizes peace. On top of that, the transformation sequence, though underwhelming, reinforces this, with Goku hatching from a blue cocoon, representing how Goku has not only reached a new level of power, but has changed fundamentally as a person. Yeah, it's just a recolor of Super Saiyan, but if the form was different in terms of its presentation and its usage, then it could still be a unique addition to the transformation tree. But we didn't get that. Instead we got Blooper Saiyan, a transformation that betrayed pretty much all of its original concepts, killed any hope of the transformations that came before it being important, and failed to establish any legacy of its own. It truly was a failed transformations. The biggest crime of Super Saiyan Blue, to me personally, was how it killed off Super Saiyan God. I'm gonna come out and say it, I really like Super Saiyan God. The red hair, the slimmer frame, the fiery aura, it truly felt like a divine Super Saiyan form. And even though it failed to defeat Beerus, it put up one heck of a fight and left a lot of room for future discoveries. But all of that was thrown away for this pathetic blue-haired Super Saiyan form. It was just too much too fast. Super Saiyan God had a lot of potential and needed room to breathe before bringing in the next form. In the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, we see all sorts of new godly techniques, and we probably could have seen more of this if Super Saiyan Blue hadn't overshadowed it. And note that the problem is not that Super Saiyan Blue took Super Saiyan God's place as the main transformation, it's that it happened way too quickly. Imagine, if you will, that Goku got Super Saiyan on Namek, defeated Frieza, and then when he returned to Earth, he had Super Saiyan 2 from training on Yardrat, and when he finally showed it off he lost to Mecha Frieza, which is an entirely different problem I'll get into later. In a show like Dragon Ball, it's natural that newer transformations take the spots of older ones. Even my favorite transformation, Super Saiyan 4, replaced an older transformation, Super Saiyan 3. The difference was that not only did Super Saiyan 3 have an arc to show how powerful it was as opposed to a single fight, but also had its own battles in the baby saga before Super Saiyan 4 was revealed. The fight between Frieza and Resurrection F only has his base form and Blooper Saiyan. And because of this new transformation we don't Super Saiyan God for a large majority of Dragon Ball Super, not until the Tournament of Power arc. It's like the new Super Saiyan 3. It's cool, it has a lot of potential, but was cast aside for a newer form. And unlike Super Saiyan 3, this new form replacing Super Saiyan God was a huge downgrade, with a far less original design. And Super Saiyan God's design isn't even that complicated, it's just base form with a slimmer frame and red hair, but nothing like that had been done before. The hair was always spiky and pointed upwards, so seeing a far simpler transformation for once was good. But Super Saiyan Blue is just lazy in terms of its design. Blue Super Saiyan and literally nothing else. Now, the original concept of Super Saiyan Blue is honestly incredible and original considering Dragon Ball. Akira Toriyama says that, quote, by overcoming a certain limit, he has become both strong and tranquil, able to keep his composure in a fight. This would imply that while in the form, Goku is far more composed than he usually is. The form also originally had a large emphasis on ki control and stamina. This is very different from the rest of Dragon Ball's transformations, which were usually powered by rage, made Goku lose control, and burn through his energy until he further mastered them like the original Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 4, and Super Saiyan 3. And so despite Super Saiyan Blue not providing much visually, I hoped that at the very least it could keep up in the concept department. However, it's clear to me by the time they reached the Universe 6 tournament arc that they had already forgotten about this. Vegeta goes into it once and all of a sudden, he's weaker than base Goku, and Goku can scream his head off in the Goku Black arc while still in Super Saiyan Blue. This shows me that on a dime, they were ready to toss the original concept for Super Saiyan Blue right out the window. Super Saiyan Blue couldn't offer anything new in the design department and so tried to offer up something unique in how the form works, which would have made Super Saiyan Blue a much better form in my opinion had it kept true to that concept. But it didn't, and so we can add betrayed concepts to the long line of Super Saiyan Blue's crimes, and believe me, it's a long list. Super Saiyan Blue loses almost every fight it's in. When it first fights Frieza, it gets taken down by a tiny pea shooter. Sure, that was just in the movie, but regardless it left a bad taste in my mouth. And even ignoring that, the form fails time and time again. It fails against Frieza twice, only winning the day after Whis' garbage time rewind powers. It fails against Hit even after Goku stacks on a Kaioken times 10 onto it, and it fails against Goku Black and Zamasu, which forces them to bring out Vegito, but even that fails thanks to the power consumption of Super Saiyan Blue. Even the original Super Saiyan transformation didn't have this level of energy drain. At least that form could sustain itself for 5 minutes. It gets worse in the Tournament of Power. Sure, it defeated some fodder, but when it came to big fights, like against Jiren or Kefla, the form just wasn't cutting it, getting overshadowed by Ultra Instinct, a form that's superior in terms of concept, design, and execution, a trend that becomes more and more apparent in the Moro arc. But first, let me quickly blitz through the earlier chapters of the manga. The manga tries to use it more sparingly and keeps its prestige intact a bit better than the anime. We also get perfected Super Saiyan Blue, which was able to tango with even fused Zamasu, so overall it does a better job trying to keep Super Saiyan Blue's dignity off the floor. But not with the Moro arc. Super Saiyan Blue is useless in this arc. It gets crushed by Moro almost every step of the way, and it gets really bad when Moro fuses with 7-3. And it looks to be even further irrelevant in the new Granola arc, with Vegeta getting a new God of Destruction form. So, what ultimately was the downfall of Super Saiyan Blue? Well, a few things. 1. The lack of build-up made the form feel like it came out of nowhere, unlike other past forms like Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, and even Super Saiyan God, which all had their names teased or featured extensive training beforehand. 2. The terrible name they went with when Resurrection F came out. Seriously, imagine if they stuck with the name and we got Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Kaioken times 20. 3. The lazy design made it feel unoriginal and made it blend in with the other transformations. And I understand that some people like its design for the simplicity, but there is a fine line between lazy and simple. Super Saiyan God was simple. Super Saiyan Blue was lazy. 4. The original concept of it, being about stamina and calmness, was betrayed so the writers could have more false tension and Goku screaming. And 5. The writing of Dragon Ball Super constantly made the form lose to other foes to introduce new transformations and techniques, which in turn made the form feel weak compared to other forms, as they kept up with the competition a lot longer than Blue did. Super Saiyan managed to survive all the way until the Buu saga, and Super Saiyan 4 was the crowning jewel for GT Blue fell on its face the first time it debuted. And that is how Super Saiyan Blue it. If you liked this video, then consider leaving a like and subscribing to me. It'd mean a lot if we could reach 200 subscribers by September. And until we meet again, thank you for watching.